Jay Calderon Boxing on YouTube. Magic Man, you heard it from the Magic Man.
What's up, y'all? It's Jay Calderon, Stand Clean Entertainment, and we're about to get into this week's boxing talk. First, we're going to do a recap over the fight that took place this past weekend with Deontay Wilder, the heavyweight champion of the world of the WBC, taking on Chris Arreola. It was a matchup that a lot of people did not want to see because a lot of people felt that Chris Arreola did not deserve a shot at the heavyweight championship of the world. Now, Deontay Wilder did not look impressive. This guy, he basically dominated the fight like we all knew that he would. But Chris Arreola, a lot of people gave this guy a lot of disrespect because they felt like he was going to get knocked out within the first 3 rounds. An easy, early blowout. But it didn't happen that way. I knew that Chris Arreola was a tough, durable fighter, but a guy that was limited in his boxing skills. He's a guy that has a pretty good solid chin, and he gave his best effort against Deontay Wilder. Wilder dominated the fight from beginning to end. It ended in the later rounds. Chris Arreola definitely did not deserve to be in this fight right here. Deontay Wilder was able to stop his man and get the victory win for number 37 and for also his 36th knockout victory. Now, Deontay Wilder suffered an injury in that fight, and he's going to be out for the rest of 2016. So we don't know possibly when Deontay Wilder will return to the ring. But after this performance right here, you got to question, is he the best heavyweight in the world? Is he better than guys than Luis Ortiz or even Anthony Joshua, who is the other heavyweight champion on the rise? This is a fight matchup that we would love to see between Wilder and Joshua. A fight that hopefully in 2017 will happen because I believe that Joshua is a better fighter than Deontay Wilder. And a lot of people might disagree with me in that factor. You know, everybody jumping on the American bandwagon. Listen, I like Wilder. He's a very good, hard-hitting puncher, but he doesn't have the skills to really show me something. He has a good, solid jab when he uses it. He's a big, strong heavyweight, but his fundamentals are not there. This guy's footwork is horrible. This guy looks clumsy every time he throws punches in that ring. I mean, he's all over the place. This guy should be named the Haymaker instead of David Haye, because that's all he throws is big heavyweight shot haymakers. Now, we saw what David Haye was able to do to him in sparring, but this is sparring. Now, I would love to see them fight in an actual live fight. David Haye is still a threat in the heavyweight division, and you got to put him right there in the mix with Tyson Fury and also Klitschko, because those guys are going to have their fight possibly in October, and those are 2 very live fighters that could be candidates for Deontay Wilder in the future, sometime next year. Who's the best heavyweight in the world? The jury is still out. Tyson Fury still has to get past Vladimir Klitschko. Klitschko could easily win that fight and return to dominance in the heavyweight division. Luis Ortiz still hasn't had that big profile fight that we've been waiting for to really show how good he is, but his boxing skills look really good and his punching power is very explosive. You got guys like Anthony Joshua that's very good technical wise, quick hand speed, and also very good punching power. He's a guy that we expect to be the future of the heavyweight division. And also, you have Joseph Parker, another fast rising heavyweight with explosive power that hasn't gotten that big significant fight. He's in the running against Anthony Joshua, hopefully later on this year or beginning of 2017. You know, there's a lot of players in the heavyweight division right now for Deontay Wilder, but I don't see Deontay Wilder as the future right now.
Hard right hand, and down goes Arreola. Oh, shit. Right hand by Wilder, and Arreola is hurt. Back with another hook. And still, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder.
I can't crown him king just yet until he faces those other guys and prove himself against those type of fighters, not against guys like Chris Arreola. He did what he had to do against Chris Arreola. He didn't look spectacular. He got the job done. Now, moving along for the big fight showdown that's going to be taking place at 140 pounds, the junior welterweight unification matchup between WBC champion Viktor Postol against WBO champion Terence Bud Crawford. Now, this is a matchup that a lot of people are looking at as one of the biggest fights of 2016. It's a much anticipated matchup. It's going to be on HBO pay-per-view. I disagree with that. It shouldn't be on pay-per-view. We just saw Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter on free national television network. And now we got to pay to see Terence Crawford versus Viktor Postol.
I want to see a fight. I want to see a fight that reminds me of the good old days, when fighters actually fought. I want to see the best against the best. No ducking, no excuses. Just two real undefeated champions that know when the bell rings, it's time to give the fans what they want.
Absolutely amazing.
A good, old-fashioned slugfest.
It's a great matchup, but it's not pay-per-view worthy. HBO has a budget crisis going on over there where they're not paying a lot of money for these fights. I disagree. It's a fight that I'm still going to watch. It's an interesting fight between two very skilled fighters. I think Bud Crawford has the hand speed. He has the technical boxing skills. He's very athletic, and he has very good punching power. Viktor Postol poses a very good height and reach advantage over Crawford. This guy is a good, solid technician, and he has hard-hitting punching power. He's very tough. He has a pretty good chin as well. But so does Crawford. Crawford, he likes to get into exchanges and everything, and he's good defensively, but he can be hit. So it's going to be very interesting. A lot of people sleep on Postol like they did against him when he fought Lucas Matisse. And we saw what happened against Matisse. Matisse had a lot of trouble trying to get on the inside against a taller fighter. And Bud Crawford could be in the same position as well, but he's better technically wise. And I believe that he will pull out victory in this fight. I don't think he'll knock out Viktor Postol. If he does, then it will be extremely impressive fashion, because Viktor Postol, I believe, is very strong and durable, and he's going to push Terence Crawford to the limit. This is where fighters become the next level. This is where they dig deep and they show how special they are. Is Terence Crawford the future pound-for-pound king that we expect him to be? I believe so. I believe that Terence Crawford, I said this before, within a 2-year span, I believe Terence Crawford is going to become the #1 pound-for-pound best fighter in the world to take over Floyd Mayweather's mantle. Now, I believe that spot right now is basically vacant. I don't think anybody is pound-for-pound the #1 fighter in the world. Andre Ward is the closest right there. And also you could argue that Chocolito Gonzalez is definitely pound-for-pound the top guy in the position right now. But I say it's vacant, and I believe that there's a lot of good fighters out there within the top 5 that are going to be competing. Now, if Andre Ward beats Sergey Kovalev, I think he rightfully deserves that spot at #1. You got guys like Terence Crawford that I believe in over a year, you're going to see this guy stepping up against guys like Postol and hopefully other guys in the Al Heyman stable, because Bob Arum and Al Heyman have buried the hatch. They're now doing business with each other, and that's great for boxing fans, because we want to see guys like Manny Pacquiao, who's coming back into the ring in the welterweight division later on this year in November, to fight possibly one of Al Heyman's fighters. And that will be a great fight, him against Keith Thurman or him against Danny Garcia, which there's been reports that Danny Garcia has already turned down a fight, a $4 million payday against Manny Pacquiao, which is ridiculous, because that's a fight, even though I don't think he could win, it's a big opportunity and a great big payday. Guys like Adrian Broner asking for $10 million is just ridiculous. Manny Pacquiao is still the #1 welterweight in the world now that he's back. And I believe that a fight between him and Terence Crawford is definitely on the horizons. It is a matchup that I would love to see Terence Crawford take. It's a changing of the guards, but I don't think the Manny Pacquiao team want to take that fight. Let's see what happens in the future. But I see Terence Crawford winning this weekend's fight with a 12-round split decision victory in a very good, entertaining, close fight. But you can't sleep on Viktor Postol, because he could pull out the upset in this fight. Like I said, he has that height and that reach, and he could cause problems because he's very durable with a good solid chin. He has good technical skills, and he has a very good corner with Freddie Roach. And his punching power could surprise Terence Crawford, because Crawford was hurt against Gamboa for a short time. But we have to see. I believe Terence Crawford is a very special fighter, and I see him as victory this weekend. Now, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. It's been a while since I've done a video. There's been changes in my life. I just moved to a new location. As you can see, my background is totally different than my usual. But I would like to thank everybody for tuning in, for supporting me over the year that I've been on YouTube. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel right here, J Calderon Boxing Talk. Follow me on Twitter at J Calderon Boxing, and also follow me on Instagram, J Calderon Boxing Talk, and join that Facebook boxing group page. I'm J Calderon, Stan Clear Entertainment. Thanks for your support. Keep watching and subscribe.